Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Mod Monday. And today is going to be all about education, a little bit of steel. Right, let's start with disclaimer. There's a lot of wonderful mods. There's only 9 of them in this episode. Go and check them out. There's around 50 new mods came out in the last week. You need to go and check them all out. You're gonna find something for yourself there. This is only some of them that caught my eye and I took shine to. Okay, let's get started. First things first, Mr. Bremer, House of Soviets. What is this? You're gonna read that for yourself. It's in the description of the video. Link is there. This is House of Soviets made by Mr. Bremer. It acts as a university, political university, can have up to 100 professors and 300 staff. All the other details you're gonna have to find out for yourself, but how we can, what we can do now is try to compare this building to something from vanilla, and we actually have the political university. If we go to our mod section, I will just scroll all the way. If I go to show all, actually we can even go through the university section. This building over here is our headquarters of the Communist Party, which is political university, as I like to call it. And how does it compare price-wise or material-wise to construct? So Mr. Bremer's mod requires 1,840 workdays, while the vanilla requires 7,000. It does require similar amount of concrete, 500 tons for vanilla and 330 tons for this one. Gravel, on the other hand, is quite low, only 3 tons of gravel required for House of Soviets. Only 0.89 tons of asphalt and 101 tons of steel. So it should be like a half price compared to the headquarters of Communist Party. You can check more description and more things about it in the link in the description of the video. Right, Świt, Leningrad Polytechnic Institute. This is something like I went to in my college days. So this is a technical university from Leningrad. It's a third educational building in Leningrad Polytechnic Institute, highly detailed model of a real building. The mod includes compatible parking and canteen. They have no collision, so you can build them separately. Okay, you have all of these in the description of the video. As you can see here, we have a canteen and we have a parking lot. This is the building itself. Let's do this first. I'm gonna show you where you can find them. I'm gonna go in the mod section and just show all mods. Go all the way in the back where exactly all of my new mods just installed are. So you have 3 buildings here. You have LPI Kalinina, that would be the university itself. You have canteen and you have the parking slots. So you can do like this. You can just choose your parking slots to be, well, wherever you choose. I believe they are modeled to be placed just opposite of these entrances to the facility, so you can connect them real nicely. And canteen as well. Obviously this canteen is not being utilized, not being used, but if you put it next to the building over here, you will be able to park your delivery vehicles and it will be acting as a canteen. Anyway, for more details, description of the video. Mr. T, Toprus's electric arc furnace steel mill. Now this is the beauty I was waiting for. Of course, this is my favorite building of this mod Monday, and something that I'm going to be using, well, an hour ago in our Let's Plays that you can find on the channel. This is a steel mill, but this is a different steel mill. We already had an attempt of creating arc furnace, so electricity run steel mill that melts the iron using electricity, but it still was a model of vanilla steel mill, and it had its blast furnaces there. This one is different. This one has electricity consumption sky high. This is really a tough building to maintain, and I'm looking forward to this to the challenge. Now, several things I'm gonna give you straight away heads up. This building doesn't have conveyor belt connections, so all the iron delivered here will have to go through the railroads, and oh boy do you have railroads. Look at this. Railroads coming out of everywhere. So you have 12 railroad connections all together. You can use them as you wish. What about these ones? These ones are not usable for some reason, but that's fine. They can be used on this side. It does require 1000 megawatts of electricity. This is megawatt hours of electricity. This is practically the vanilla coal power plant running on, let's say, 80% to 90% capacity, you will need a power plant for this. Luckily, well, what's the positive thing about it? Well, very little. First of all, it does require electricity, everything else is negative side. It has 200 tons of electrical components to build. It has, I think, 1,000 tons of steel to build. It's gonna be enormous effort to build this and to run this, but once you run it, there's a huge reward in the end. It does produce 165 tons of steel, almost 4 times the output of the default steel mill, but it requires 1,650 workers to do so. It's enormous building. It's extremely expensive, and we're gonna compare it to vanilla right now. So this is vanilla steel mill. You can see this difference in size. It's with 3 to 4 times the size of vanilla one. Okay, let's go and check out the comparison. If we go all the way to the end, on the right hand side we have vanilla steel mill, and here we have Mr. Toprus' steel mill. On the top you see vanilla has 10,000 work days to finish. This one has 75,000 work days to finish. It requires almost 2,000 tons of concrete compared to 500 tons of vanilla one, 800 tons of gravel compared to 142, so more than 4 times as much. It requires 653 tons of asphalt, that will be 6 times more. It requires almost 2,000 tons of prefab panels, where the vanilla one doesn't require any. 2,200 tons of steel, which is almost 10 times as much as the vanilla building. It requires 73 tons of mechanical components, while the vanilla one requires half that, and this one requires 258 tons of electrical components. Now, this bad boy is expensive. If you want to build it yourself, it's going to be 2.5 million rubles in 1960. Later on, it's going to be enormous price tag on it. We're going to have a lot of challenge building this. Now, if you want something real, something realistic, big, and extremely challenging, go for it. Link in the description. Mr. Luigi 940. This is something unrealistic, but still something that you're going to be interested in. I call it a baby warehouse. This is a kindergarten. This is a kindergarten, or Guarderia-Kindergarten-Asilo. Kindergarten with 70 workers each take care of the 6 children. Easy math, that gives us over 400 children can be taken care of, and given this building's small footprint, it's gonna be quite suitable for densely populated areas. This is why I think you guys are going to be interested in this. So you can check the link in the description. It would have, I would say, around 400 kids can be mined at the same time, but I'm going to leave that up to you to discover. What about the price tag? This is vanilla kindergarten in the size of it. This is a little bit bigger, I would say, like footprint wise, taller definitely. So if we go to our mod section and choose our kindergartens over here, if I can learn the alphabet, that would be perfect for us. If I untick the money section here, and we can compare. Vanilla one requires 341 work days to finish. This one requires, whoa, this one requires 40 times or 30 times more concrete than the vanilla one. It requires more or less the same amount of gravel. Steel wise, it's absolutely enormous. Steel wise, it's 100 tons compared to 2.1 tons of steel, so 50 times more steel. Bricks, no boards, but it does require a little bit of electrical components. Guarderia, definitely something that will be, price wise, it is realistic to compare it to vanilla one because it's extremely expensive. Now, this many kids, can it fit in there? Maybe yes, maybe not. Are there buildings like this in real life? I don't know. I grew up in a small town. You guys tell me in the comment section, but something to look out for. Check it out in the link in the description of the video. Mr. Rob074 and the cinema Świt. Cinema based on the real building in Krakow, Poland, employs 12 workers and serves over 120 people. It also works as a tourist attraction with a base score of 2 stars. So this is a cinema. You can see how it looks like, and how can we compare it to vanilla one? This is a realistic building, and of course my favorite thing is to compare realistic buildings with the vanilla ones. Price wise, Mr. T usually has the price pretty well balanced, but let's check it. Vanilla one requires 1000 workdays to be finished, 135 tons of concrete, 36 tons of gravel, and 20 tons of steel. This one, steel-wise, is more or less the same, gravel the same, concrete-wise, it requires much less concrete than vanilla one, but requires bricks and boards to be finished. Asphalt is also quite hugely used in the modded version of this building, so something to pay attention to. This one requires bricks and boards, but price-wise, it's a little bit more expensive in the end. Requires more different materials to be finished, but you can have a look at it in the link in the description of the video. Okay, let's start butchering. Rastvitali Yablani Grushi. Right, this is Monument Kachusha by Serp Port. Oh, he actually wrote a song there. Apples and pears trees were blooming, mists floated over a river. Kachusha came ashore on the high banks, on a steep one. Right, so this is a monument of Katyusha, the Stalin's organ, I believe it was also called in US or in English. This is a monument. It has no other purpose than motivate our comrades to, well, to remember them of the glory days, which are still lasting, obviously. How does it compare to the vanilla one? If we go to a mod section and we go on the monuments, we're gonna have Katyusha over here. We're gonna select this one, turn off the money, and let's compare the prices. It does require 16 workdays because it's mostly just a concrete base with a vehicle on it, so definitely realistic. You just need to park a vehicle on it. Concrete wise, it requires 2 tons of concrete, 1 ton of gravel, and 0.22 tons of steel, and 0.64 tons of asphalt. It's a little bit less than vanilla one, especially steel wise, but the only steel is the vehicle itself. Anyway, this is something to beautify your country, and definitely it's gonna be in my series. Mr. Crowd Scene Extra GM New Look bus, sometimes nicknamed as Fishbowl due to its large 6-piece windshield. Right, I'm gonna leave this for you guys to discover more details about it, but this is a bus, General Motors bus. It's iconic US bus. I believe some of them are still in use to this day, but these were produced from 1960 to 1977, 73, 79. There are 5 different vehicles. All of them are being built in different ages, but anyway, in different years. You have 5 different types of buses, 4 different color schemes. These 2 are different buses, but the same color scheme. This is 53 Suburban and this is 53 Transit. You can purchase them using dollars, and you can see here, if we go to dollars and we go to buses, we can go all the way to the end. You have these GM3 Suburban and Transit, and then you have Suburban 45, Transit 45, and Transit 33. These all have different price tags compared to vanilla vehicles for the same price. You have Mars vehicles from Western Germany. These American ones would be a little bit cheaper, as it seems, but they are also underperforming compared to the Mars vehicles, because Mars are one of the best imported buses in the game. But anyway, check out the link in the description of the video. Mr. Natron Lauge or Lauge, Wartburg 311 from DDR. This automobile was built by VEB, Automobilwerk Eisenbach in East Germany. After the factory continued building pre-war BMW models until yada yada yada. You can see the description of the video with all the details. It has 45 horsepower, just under a ton, 95 km/h speed. It was a little bit faster in real life, but they didn't want to make it faster. Okay, we're not gonna read all these details, you can check it out yourself. But this is iconic vehicle from Eastern Germany, sung in many songs in the Balkans as well. You can see here 6 color schemes that we have. How does it compare to vanilla ones? If we go to personal car section, we can compare it price-wise, just under 1,000 rubles. Most of the car we can build initially, so it would be around 1,000 rubles, and this one doesn't disappoint. It's 950, so it's quite average in price and probably gonna hold the price. But if you want iconic Warburgs on your streets, this is the mod for you. Let's move on. Right, so this is Mr. Rob's 074, first effort in a map making. He also says it's a low effort, I doubt it. I have to be a critic as well. This is a geographical map of Lublin. I'm not really 100. I checked the geographical how it looks like. I'm not sure if these mountains are so close to Lublin itself, but this is personalized map. This is personalized map where Mr. Robs created. You can see the description of the video link to this mod that explains the situation where he built something for himself and just uploaded it here if anybody else wants to have a look. But at least I think it's a magnificent thing. This is a dam. This lake here is, I believe, this is dam just south of Lublin power plant, and this geography fits nicely into the Lublin city central area. So if you want to play this, it's actually the map of the city, at least what I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is a populated version. I was kind of hoping that Mr. Robs is gonna put his own buildings in this one, because I'm a big fan, but you would have to subscribe to hundreds of other mods that he created that are really amazing. But let's talk about the map. Now this map is gonna be really challenging, heads up on that. Let's talk about why. Check this out. Coal, barely any. Iron, barely any. Oil, barely any. Bear in mind they're there, but it's gonna be really difficult to extract them. Uranium, even less, and bauxite is way low. So this is gonna be really challenging. Whoever chooses to play this map, it's gonna be really challenging. But yeah, I think it's the magnificent map, and you guys should check it out. Now that's it. We're gonna end it here. Like, subscribe if you didn't. Oh, no. First, we have to say, guys, check out. We have amazing community. Check out other modders. Check out all the mods. You're gonna find something for yourself there. There's over 4,000 mods in the workshop, so just check them out. If you enjoyed these videos, give me a suggestion if we can improve on them. If you want to support the channel, I have a link to the description. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Happy Monday.